Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Miss Marvel. This is episode 5. It is called Time and Again. I'm really enjoying this show so far. We're almost done though. There's only 6 episodes, I believe. I have strong opinions about the 6-episode format. I think Disney should definitely move beyond the 6-episode format. I think it kind of hinders all their shows. The only one it really worked for was like Loki, but pretty much every other Disney show has suffered in some form because of the 6-episode format. So hopefully in the future they don't do that. But this particular show, most of it I'm really enjoying. The only parts I don't really enjoy all that much is the clandestine story. Just, you know, they feel weird. Anytime the clandestines appear on screen, the quality of the show seems to dip in terms of like writing and editing and stuff, which makes me feel like it was a late addition to the show, like they needed some enemy to fight. It could have been baked in from the beginning, who knows. It was particularly noticeable last episode for me with like their prison break and then their sudden appearance in Pakistan and the fight sequence, and they just seem very tropey and very like kids villainy. And granted, this is technically a kids show. It's TV 14, so not super kid friendly, but you know, generally younger audience is what they're targeting. But I still really enjoy the show in general. So what happened last time though? Last time, you know, after their big fight sequence, you know, the bangle got stabbed, and it seemingly, we don't know if it sent Kamala like literally back in time, or if it just like gave her a vision, or maybe it like switched consciousnesses with whoever was wearing the other bangle. I don't know. But Kamala found herself back in 1942 during the Partition. She was at the train tracks, and there's all these people trying to either like flee the country or whatever do. Very packed, very, you know, very crowded. And we didn't know if it was like a vision or if she was literally there. I was kind of the opinion that she was actually there, because the people there were physically like noticing her and like shifting around her. So unless it was like an error in set direction, I think she's actually there. But it could just be a vision, who knows. But there's a distinct possibility that she's going to be the one that like ends up saving her grandma, right? That trail of stars that led her back to her dad. It would be a cool little twist if Kamala is the one that kind of creates that trail of stars for her. But either way, I'm really excited to jump into this. So before we do that, please consider leaving a like on the video. That means a lot to me, helps my channel out a ton. If you're new here, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see more reactions to Miss Marvel or any other MCU related content. I will be watching all of it. Thor Love and Thunder comes out in theaters, I think, next week, but I will be waiting for it to come out on Disney Plus, similar to how I did with Doctor Strange. I'm super excited for that one as well. So if you're interested in seeing any Marvel related content, subscribe and ring the bell. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world as well. But otherwise, let's jump into episode 5 of Miss Marvel.
Great-grandmother's story is of legend. When you're ready, we have much to discuss.
Well, I guess this guy's a famous Bollywood actor, but I never watched a Bollywood film, so I don't notice when he appeared. You see, she was physically interacting with the environment, so it felt like more than a standard vision, right? Am I the only one that thinks that it felt like more? Ooh, interesting. Some black and white action. I like how this show is playing with some of the stylistic elements of the MCU intro.
The Dominion of Pakistan has been demarcated for Muslims, while India is a secular state with a Hindu majority.
Interesting.
Riots and
So they're very much
violent
divided
across the
based
country.
on
People are fleeing for their
religious
lives. Bloody trains arrive to their
affiliations?
destinations as homes are torched
Possibly?
across the country.
Yikes.
We must go back to a pivotal moment in the Indian struggle for independence, back in 1944.
That's Gandhi, right? Was that Gandhi? Mahatma Gandhi? Is this Aisha? Running, that looks like a British soldier. Oh, sucks to suck, loser. What's up, girl? How you doing? Oh, dang it. This none of that was in English. That's actually really cool.
ये धरती हमारी है। इस धरती को हजारों साल से अपना खून देते आए हैं हम। हम लेके रहेंगे। जरा जोर से बोलो। दे दे आशा। Leave now.
Oh, the British are coming. The British are coming. Sorry.
Away from here.
Avast! Cue that British gif from whatever show that was, where they're like, "Are we the baddies?" College Humor, I think that was from. Are we the baddies? Yes, the British are the baddies. There's a really interesting episode of Doctor Who that dealt with the partition, I believe, as well,
And I'll break your leg.
which was really good. So if you guys are interested in watching Doctor Who, you should check that out.
Can I help you with anything?
No,
Savage. She's like, shut up.
no, thank you.
Is
There's,
this...
Food and a place to rest. If you need.
Is there going to be some romantic style stuff happening between these two? Is this Kamala's great-grandfather? Eat the food.
Now
being
I know
nice
you're
to
just
you.
Putting on a show.
Hey, she's got that bangle on, though. Didn't notice that at first. She looks like she could play a good, not Nadine. Who am I thinking of? From Uncharted.
Do you have a name?
Not Nadine Ross.
Or shall I just call you Humby?
The other one. Why am I blanking? Chloe.
Perhaps.
Chloe Frazier. She'd be a good Chloe in Uncharted.
You know, when I saw you out there, it reminded me of my favorite poem. When the soul lies down in the black grass, the world is too
What moves, brother? You remind me of my favorite poem.
seeking you.
Aisha. My name is Aisha.
Dude, she's already in love.
She who lives. The beautiful.
This man's a smooth criminal. He's saying all the right things. Hassan. Hassan, she's about to ride you into oblivion. Sorry, that was very inappropriate. My bad.
I know that you're pretty attached to that rotting tree branch, but I thought it might be nice to have a walking stick that actually helped you walk.
Yeah, but the tree branch has character and sentimental value.
When we first met, you threatened to break my leg.
Ooh, and now you're gonna kiss.
Well, I changed my mind.
Do it. Do it. Mwah. Kiss.
Thank you for
Kiss.
making a home for me here.
Okay, now kiss. Do it. Oh, hell yeah, brother. They already kissed. What a champ. Just tells this lady, you remind me of my favorite poem. And she's like, you're the one. Hello, little Shana.
Our first and immediate objective must be to put an end to all internal strife and violence which disfigure and degrade us.
Of course he says that.
Peaceful. With all this bloodshed, they call this peaceful.
I wish I knew more about the specifics of exactly what was going on during the partition. I know, like, some like surface level knowledge, but I don't know enough to speak on specific things.
रोहन, ये सब तुम्हारे लिए आसान है।
Rohan?
तुम्हें तुम्हारे घर से किसी ने नहीं निकाला।
A rider of Rohan?
ना कोई मुझसे फूल खरीदने को तैयार है और ना ही कोई मेरी बीवी को दूध बेचने को तैयार है। क्यों?
हसन,
क्योंकि मैं मुसलमान हूँ।
माफ करना भैया।
Oh, does he live in India? Is that the situation? He lives in India and he doesn't want to leave because he's Muslim? Hey, what you seeing, Aisha? Your homies from the other dimension? Oh, this bitch. Get out of here. We don't like you.
But now that I've found you, we can put our plan into action.
Oh, she doesn't want to do that anymore because she's kind of got a family now. So sorry.
Don't you want to go home, Aisha?
This is her home.
Of course I do.
Heh, liar.
You have until sundown tomorrow, and then we will all go home together.
No. Sorry, you big dumb loser. Screw the newer dimension. She's got a new family.
New adventures can be scary. That's why I need you to hold on to this for me.
Okay, so she's giving that to
This will
her.
keep you safe wherever you go.
And Najma is definitely gonna kill her. So they're burning the homes of Muslims? That sucks.
This is the last train, Hassan. We need to hurry.
What are we actually running from? Who's that woman you were talking to last night?
It's aliens, man. Other dimension people.
I need to show you something.
It would be cool if Sana had newer powers. Yeah, look at this bitch in bangle.
But why are you telling me now?
She didn't even like fully explain it. She was just like, look at this cool bangle. So they're trying to flee India to get to Pakistan because people are burning the homes of Muslim people. Oh, they're here.
What?
You have to trust me with this, Hassan.
Aisha.
For her sake.
Aisha!
You promised. Just go.
Aisha! Sana.
And Sana's gonna get separated, and Kamala will save her.
Where is the bangle, Aisha? That's one.
It'll be okay, bacha. She'll be here. She said she'll be here.
Oi!
I'll find it if it's the last thing I do.
She just straight up stabbed her.
Najma, no.
It's just, some of the writing is so fast-paced. Like they didn't even like have a conversation. She's just like, "You've turned your back on us." Stab. Like I wish they had an extra episode or two to flesh some of this out. Enter Kamala. She gonna fall in front of a train and then switch with Kamala.
What you seek?
Sana!
Seeking you.
Ooh. Her eyes glowed purple. Yeah, so she's like physically here. This isn't a vision. Yeah, I'd be crying too. Oh, wait, you just walked past her. Oh, she didn't walk past her.
Sana, it brought you back to me.
I'm not Sana.
We don't have much time. Get Sana on the train and you have everything that you need.
How does she know? This is another moment that feels like it should be emotional, and it probably might be if they fleshed out the writing a little bit more. But I didn't really feel anything in that scene. And I feel like I should have. Yeah, you're gonna have to run above everyone, Kamala. Trail of stars, baby girl.
I can't do stars, Nanny, but I can do circles, okay?
Circles are good enough.
I'm gonna need you to jump, okay? Ready? And go! Yes, go to Nanabu!
I feel like you could have carried her at this point. What was the point of doing that weird little game? There's your trail of stars, Kamala. Now, you should probably stand up before you get trampled.
It was me.
It was like a Harry Potter moment. I knew I could do it because, well, I'd already done it. It wasn't my father who cast the Patronus, Hermione. It was me. So how is she gonna get back to her own friggin' world now? That's is it just gonna... Okay, so it just opens a new portal. Hey yo, time to dip, homie. Let's get the hell out of here. Hey yo.
The veil.
Yeah,
It's
you wanna close that thing. Oh, or let them jump in it. Pick up the phone. Yo, let those people jump through the veil, and then they won't come
Magnum
home
got lost
anymore.
once. I had him microchipped. Okay, Ammi, Magnum is a dog. Kamala is a girl.
Yeah, get Kamala chipped. You'll never lose her again. Magnum is a
If Kamala's
dog.
phone is on your family plan, you can just log into your account and use the Find My Phone feature to see where she is.
Like spyware for parents?
Kind of.
Then why am I only just hearing about this?
Of course, the young kids like, dude, it's so easy. Just log in to Find My Phone.
We can go home.
Well, hurry up. Jump in that portal. Quit wasting your time. Or she's gonna touch it and get cut in half. Or not. Nord Dimension says, bitch, sit down. We ain't trying to bring you back.
Get her out of here.
Bruh, you can't just let that thing stay open. Yeah, what do you... I was gonna say, what do you mean? Yeah, Najma. Walk into that thing. Turn into a skeleton.
It's not gonna work. It's just gonna destroy everything. Please help me close it.
I can make it.
You're welcome to try. She abandoned Kamran. Yeah, she don't care about Kamran.
I left him behind.
So go back and get him.
No, turn into a skeleton.
With her family, and you took that from her. Please don't take that from Kamran too.
Bro, Kamran does not want her as a mom anymore. She abandoned him.
There is only one way.
Fully tear down the veil. Wow, okay. So now she's gonna close it?
Kamran.
Okay. That was a very rapid motivation turn. Bitch, how are you in Pakistan? Are you in Pakistan? How are you here? You get some weird ass light powers though, that's pretty dope.
What are you doing?
She's being a superhero.
Who is that?
What's up? This is her new boyfriend.
Walaikum salam, beta.
Yeah, run away now. Don't let her see the daggers. Oh, hell yeah.
This is for you. It was all true, Nanny.
Hamni? Abu?
I was the Trail of Stars. Trail of Stars was the friends we made along the way.
Shall we go
Okay.
home now?
Her mom seems somewhat chill about this.
Like really big. Just one. Okay.
Dispose of a dead body in the middle of Karachi. That red dagger dude.
He'd be really proud of you.
Who? Your boss? The dude we knew for 45 seconds?
You know, if you ever need anything, I'm just take all away.
Call
Although
me,
the
beat
US
me.
government may or may
You
not
wanna
have
reach
settled
me?
warrants out for my arrest, so
Impossible.
I don't know how much more trouble I can get into after all this.
just in case.
Bruh, come to America. Oh, sick bandana. Piece by piece, her costume is coming together.
What is this?
Oh, it's a lightning bolt.
Kamala's. It broke.
Now it looks like a lightning bolt. Yeah.
It's because I am not ready to let you go.
Yeah, well, now you kind of have to, because she's a superhero. Hey, back at the Circle Q. Bruno, where you at, brother? You about to get assaulted by Kamran?
Brian?
That's not his name.
What are you doing here? I don't know where else to go.
He needed someone to show his light powers to. You're the go-to guy for that sort of thing.
Argon. It's one of my favorite elements.
Nice. Super cool, man.
So you're a car guy as well?
Solid reference. Nikola Tesla. Pretty much invented electricity. Invented the light bulb before Edison stole it.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Kamran.
Why are you sticking your hand way up there to handshake him?
Bruno. Oh my god, I genuinely thought your name was Brian this whole time.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I didn't notice the first 20 times that you called me Brian. Fun fact, Brian's my middle name. Should change it to Bruno.
Dude, she left you behind to fend for yourself. What makes you think she's coming back?
She wouldn't just leave me behind like some kind of orphan.
Oh, she super did. And you're currently now an orphan. You may not know, but ooh, orphan brothers. It's like Science Bros, but orphan bros.
Well, I don't know if you're hungry, but my Nona's out of town.
Oh yeah, he's like a wanted fugitive. Bro, if that drone jacks up Bruno's house.
You have powers too?
My man! How do you end the episode like that? Chief, you can't just blow up the Circle Q and not expect us to have questions. What the F, dude? Oh, man. Okay. I have some things to say. I don't know why exactly, but I'm starting to like this show less as it goes. Which is weird. You know, it's generally a really fun show. It's a enjoyable time to watch the show. But so much of the writing just feels so rushed. Like, it just feels like one scene happens and there's no time to breathe, and not like the good kind of rushed and no time to breathe where it's like a frantic but well put together product, if that makes sense. Like, everything that's happening, probably from the point at which they broke out of the prison last episode all the way through the end of the episode, and then pretty much the entirety of this episode, so much of it felt so rushed. Like there were elements I really enjoyed. I wish we would have seen more of Aisha, you know, living in the past and kind of building her family a little bit, and I wish we would have gotten like more scenes with her in general, because you know, I feel like maybe we were supposed to feel sad or something about her dying in that scene at the train tracks, but I didn't feel sad because, like, freaking the bad lady, what was her name? Najma shows up, and within like 3 seconds she's like, "You betrayed me, stab," and then she's like, "I will find the bangle," and walks away. And it's like a total of like a 10-second scene. I feel like their confrontation and, you know, resulting stabbing of Aisha should have been like a longer drawn out scene. Like, it should have been like a whole substantial scene in itself. And I feel like the family element in the past should have been a more substantial thing. Like, so much it just happens. So much of this show just happens, and it seemingly there's no like rhyme or reason why any of it happens. It's almost like if I was a child and I was writing something. Like, I remember being in like school, like elementary school, we would have to have, you know, we would do some like writing assignments, and it'd be like, you know, write your own story, and the kid, you just go, you know, this happens, someone said this, and then this happens, and then someone said this, and then this happens, and there's no like establishing stuff involved. There's no like descriptions of things. It's just one thing to the next, and that so much feels like what this show is at this point. And it just feels so rushed. Like and it's it's annoying because if it wasn't rushed, this might easily be my favorite MCU show. Like, it's so cool, and I love the family elements they're putting in here, and I love the, you know, how they're, you know, this episode they made sure to highlight the historical impact of the partition, and, you know, kind of give us a little mini history lesson of like what's going on, like what was actually happening in this time. But like from the point, you know, it would have been interesting to see, you know, maybe before they got together and had a kid, of Aisha and was it Hassan? That was his name? Hassan? To see them kind of bond a little bit. And then just like the first 3 episodes, I friggin' loved it. I thought it was so great. But then these last 2 episodes have really highlighted just like how rushed the second half of this season is. And this has been a problem with a lot of the Disney Plus shows, both in Marvel and Star Wars, but I feel like especially Marvel, is they take their time establishing some things in the beginning, and then the second half is just rush to get the conclusion implemented, and then, you know, we win the day. And that very much felt like what was going on here. Like what should have been a more emotionally impactful scene at the train tracks didn't feel that emotionally impactful. Even the Trail of Stars moment weirdly didn't feel as significant as it should, because she's literally just like, jump on this pad, now jump on this pad, and then it breaks, and then the dad's just right there, and it, like, you know, it didn't feel significant in any way. And then she just walks up to Aisha as she's dying, and she's like, she's fine, you're here. But at first she thought it was Sana. She's like, Sana, you've come back to me. And she's like, I'm not Sana. And she's like immediately moves on. She's like, oh, well, she'll be okay because you're here. And it's like, what? Like, this should be so much more emotional and significant, but it just doesn't feel like, I didn't feel anything in that scene at all. And then we get to the present day after Aisha dies and Kamala gets sent back to the present. You know, the last 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes of this episode, the veil is ripping open, and it's like, oh, like, that's significant. Like, that should be a thing we should worry about. And then that girl, the one, I forgot her name, the short-haired black woman, walks into it, turns into a skeleton. And it's like, oh, frick. Okay, maybe this is bad. We should probably shut this down. And Najma is like, I can make it. Like, I'm gonna walk in. And Kamala is like, what about your child? And like, we as people are like, dude, she abandoned that child. like Kamala's like, don't take his family from him. And like, on a dime, Najma's like, you're right, I will protect him, I will close it. And she walks in and turns into a skeleton, and then the thing shuts and it goes into Kamran. It looked like, the way that it was like edited, or like the visual effects made it look like it just like went behind some alleyway and Kamran was like in Pakistan. I was like, no way, like, get out of town. But then it just goes into him, and her mom and grandma are there, and they seem remarkably chill about the whole situation. They're just like, oh, that was you, you're the light girl, and they just move on. Like, what also should be a fairly like emotionally impactful moment, where her mom realizes that, one, she has powers. Like, they made such a big deal early on about her mom being like, are you going to choose to be a good girl, or are you going to choose to be like this other type of person? It almost feels like they completely abandoned that emotional thread and just made her mom cool with it, I guess. And then they transition to some cute moments where she gives her the photograph, and then, you know, we see some pictures of her when she's younger, and it just seems like the whole situation is completely resolved from an emotional standpoint, and it just feels like there's no significant payoff to this episode at all. It almost feels like most of this episode could have been like tacked on to the end of last episode. Or it feels, it just feels like this show needed an extra episode in the middle, or an extra 2 episodes maybe, to just flesh everything out. Every conversation that has happened in the entire show, every, emotional moment, just flesh it out a little bit. Flesh the writing out and let this be, let it breathe. Let it be a little slower paced show, because this episode just, in my opinion, weirdly, other than like the historical aspects of it, where you really got to get a read on the historical elements of the partition. Other than that aspect, I don't know, I said that word so weird. Other than that aspect, this is, in my opinion, the worst episode of the show. Just because it felt so rushed, like so rushed. And then we hit up Circle Q with Bruno, and Kamran is there, and he's like, "Hey man, I need your help." And then a drone shows up and blows up the Circle Q. And then the episode ends abruptly, and it's like, bruh, like, what is going on? I don't know, man. Like, it just, I'm trying, like, I didn't have to try at all to like the first 3 episodes, or the first 2 or 3 episodes. The last episode and this one, I definitely have to try a lot harder to like, if I'm honest. I just didn't appreciate the pacing of this episode really rubbed me the wrong way. And just the rushed nature of the writing, like it's like they wrote things, like they wrote the thing, but there's no legs for that writing to stand on. There's no, depth to the writing. It's just like, dialogue line means nothing, move on to the next thing. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm ragging on this episode too much, but I just generally, as much as I love this show in general, I wasn't really a fan of this episode, if I'm being honest. So those are just my honest thoughts. Let me know if you disagree on this episode. I would love to hear your thoughts. But if you liked my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. Helps my channel out a lot. If you're new here or find yourself coming back off, and hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of Ms. Marvel or any other Marvel-related content on the channel. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world as well. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.